Hey, what's up YouTube? How's everyone doing today? In today's video, I'm going to go over exactly step by step how to set up properly an Amazon FBA shipping plan from scratch. All the information that you need to know is going to be included in this video. By the end of the video, you're going to know some common beginner mistakes that beginners make when creating the shipping plan, how to avoid those, what information you need. Also, stay to the end of the video because I'm going to share a really powerful tip on how to save hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars on your shipping costs and charges just by enabling this one setting. But first, if you're new here, my name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller and mentor. If you enjoy content like this and like to see more of it, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest videos I post. We're going to dive into my computer, and by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to create properly an Amazon FBA shipping plan. All right, here we are on my computer. I always wonder where I should put myself on the video when I'm doing both, screen recording and the camera. I always wonder if I should put myself like in the top left and the top right, but it's going to be in the bottom right for this video because most of the options will be on the top kind of right part. For the most part, creating the shipping plan. But what you're going to need to do to create your shipping plan is get this information from your supplier. So if you want to pause the video and write this information down so you can send your supplier a message, this is the info we're going to need from your supplier to create the shipping plan successfully. So that information is, you'll want to ask the supplier for their full name of supplier, street address, the province, the city, the district, the zip code, and the phone number. We'll need all this information, and your supplier will give this to you, as well as these really three important ones. How many shipping cartons total? How many shipping cartons will they be sending? Whether you have 250 units, 300 units, 500 units that you're sending in. Usually, like for 300 units, it'll be something like 15 units per carton and 24 cartons, something like that. So ask your supplier for how many shipping cartons total. Are they using any pallets? Usually they'll just be using cartons, and basically a carton, all a carton is, guys, is just like they put like 20 more like 12 units in a carton, and then they put all those cartons together on a pallet, if that makes sense. So you have your individual products, like 12 of them inside a big box, and then that big box will be like 4 of the big boxes on a pallet. So ask your supplier how many shipping cartons, how many units per carton, and then the dimensions of one unit. This is just either your custom box or whatever your final packaging type is for your product that you're going to be sending in. So you can pause the video and get this information. Also remember to stay to the end because I'm going to share a really powerful tip to how to save hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars on your shipping costs just by enabling one setting. Also would be helpful would be the dimensions of a carton, but really this is the most important one, the dimensions of one unit, okay? And then how many units per carton and how many shipping cartons total. All right, and then the optional things here that you're going to need to create a shipping plan, if you're not using the supplier's shipping and you're hiring a freight forwarding company like Inspect-A-Man or Forest Shipping, this is the information you're going to need to ask the supplier for, which sometimes they'll send this anyways, but if not, if you are using a freight forwarder, a third-party shipping company, you will need to get this information from them, from your supplier. So how many shipping cartons, the total weight and dimensions of all those cartons, how many units total and how many units per carton, the supplier's location or the ship from location. If you're doing EXW, no shipping included, the freight forwarder needs to go to that factory or that supplier and pick up all your products. That's EXW. If it's FOB, that means it's going to like a seaport on the coast of China like Ningbo or Shenzhen, and then your freight forwarder will go to that port to pick up your product. So ask them if it's EXW. That would mean no shipping included. The freight forwarder would go to the warehouse or the factory. If it's FOB, that means the freight forwarder will go to a seaport. My recommendation is most of the time I just go with the supplier shipping, but do get multiple quotes from one or at least two suppliers, product plus shipping costs, and then reach out maybe to one freight forwarder like Inspect-A-Man or Forest Shipping to get pricing, to get quotes, so you can ensure that you're not getting ripped off by your supplier for shipping. The shipping method that I recommend is C shipping plus DDP. The ship to address that you can give your supplier and the freight forwarder, if you're using one, for the quotations is the fulfillment center in Dallas, Texas. You can just go to Google and Google Amazon Fulfillment Center, Dallas, Texas, 75241. The addresses will be on the right hand side. It's like 33333 Lyndon B. Johnson Way. This is pretty safe address to use because 90% of the time our products will be shipped to that fulfillment center. It's just a very big fulfillment center, and that's where most of the time the products will be going. However, you don't know 100% for certainty where the product is going until you create the shipping plan, which I'll show you in a minute. So let's dive into one of my seller accounts here, and we'll go into the account and show you how you set up a shipping plan. So you should already have created the listing at this point. You can be working on the listing as the shipping process continues. So let's say you had this listing set up. You'd go over to the right hand side here, send replenish inventory. If it doesn't have this option, or if it says down here change to fulfillment by Amazon, you do need to do that first. So change to fulfillment by Amazon, if it gives you that option here on the right hand side, these up and down arrows. You would click change to fulfillment by Amazon. If it says change to fulfillment by merchant, you don't have to do a thing. But if it does say change to fulfillment by Amazon, you'll want to click that and then decline label service, then manufacturer type or barcode type Amazon, prep guidance, no prep needed, who preps merchant, and then add dangerous goods information. You would choose no and no if your product doesn't utilize batteries or include batteries. So on the listing, you're sending inventory in. You're going to go to the far right and click Send Replenish Inventory. Okay. Then it's going to bring you to a page like this. Now, you will need to enter the address. It'll be on the left-hand side here. It'll say Add Ship From Address. This is where you're going to enter in the ship from address that you get from your supplier. You'll choose China. You'll put the name, full name of the supplier here, China, the address line 1. This is the street address. And anything that doesn't fit on this first line, you can put on the second line. And then make sure you get these right. Okay, this is really important that you get clarification from your supplier if they don't clearly tell you this. But you want to make sure you get the province in here first, then the city, and then the district. Okay, really important that you get these correct. And then the zip code, and then the phone number, and then you click Save and then Confirm. All right. Now we've got the address, ship from address in. We are going to ship from this address. We'll get to a page like this where you can choose individual products or case pack products. Now, I usually recommend just always going with individual products. And the reason being is if your supplier, for any reason, packs an odd number of cartons, let's say there's 20 cartons of 18 units and one carton of only 15 units, now you're into individual products because all of the cases or all of the cartons aren't identical, which means they're not all the same. So you're usually pretty safe if you just always choose individual products. Okay, we're going to continue to shipping plan. Now, right here is where you're going to enter in the package dimensions. Now, a lot of, and then the quantity of units you're shipping in. So let's say you're sending in 300 units. You'll enter that. And then right here, missing package dimensions. So a lot of beginner sellers get this wrong. So they think that they need to put in the carton size, but actually this is this one right here, dimensions of 1 unit. This is just 1 unit, 1 box, or 1 sellable unit of just one of your products. So whatever your product is, you'll get that dimensions. That will go here. If you don't have that information, what you could do is go on Amazon, type in the name of your product, look at one of your competitors' listings, and scroll down to product information. or the helium 10 graph right under that, and it should have the dimensions. And if your product is really close to that or really similar, you can use that if you don't have this information, but you should beforehand get this information from your supplier. So you enter the dimensions of 1 unit from your supplier in inches or centimeters, whatever they give it to you in, and then the pounds, and then you click save. Okay. Missing package information. All right, and then it'll take you to a screen like this. Make sure you're always seeing the number of units you're sending in. You always want to make sure that the number's correct over here. So it's saying that it's correct. There's 300 units. We'll press continue. Now, right here, it'll say who preps. Now, you want to make sure you choose merchant. Most times, we're going to be sending the FN SKU or your Amazon barcode to the supplier, and you're going to have the supplier put on your FN SKU barcode or your Amazon barcode on the product. So, you want to choose merchant. If you don't choose this and the supplier doesn't put a barcode on, Amazon charges, I think, 20 cents per unit. So, make sure you choose merchant and then choose category, no prep needed. Then continue. Okay, right here, if you haven't done so already, is where you can print your FN SKU barcodes. So they're called 30 up labels. It's just the name of the FN SKU barcode. You would print labels for this page, and it'll generate 300 FN SKU barcodes. These are the barcodes that need to go 1 on each unit. So it'll be a document that has 300 FN SKU barcodes. Let me open that up so you can see it. So this is how that would look, and there's 300 of these, and your supplier, you'd send the supplier this document. They'll print it out over there on their end. They'll print it out, cut these, and attach it to each unit. Another thing you can do is if you're having custom box packaging, a design done for your product, you could send this item label, one of these, to the box or graphic designer and have it incorporated into the box design itself. So that's one option. Okay, then we're going to press continue. And see all these steps here? You can go back at any time of these blue ones that let you click on it. These are the steps we're going through one by one by one. You can go back at any time and click on those. All right, now right here it's going to tell you which warehouse the product is going to be shipped to. So this is the fulfillment center. Amazon now tells us where they want us to send the shipment. So it's going to Stockton, California. Usually it'll go to Dallas, Texas. If your ship to address says 3 different warehouses, then that's an issue because you don't want to have to create, or you don't want to have to ship your product from your supplier or your freight forwarder, ship it to 3 different warehouses. That's just a lot of work, a lot of extra work that's not needed, and it can get expensive. So here is a really powerful tip on how to avoid that. You're going to go up to settings and you're going to go to fulfillment by Amazon inside your Seller Central account. And then we're going to go to inventory placement option. This will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your shipping. Okay, so inventory placement, distribute inventory placement, default setting. Then you're going to click on edit. This means right now, Amazon tells us to send it to all these different warehouses, and that can get expensive. So to simplify things, you can click and enable inventory placement. This will make it so all your units will be assigned to ship to a single fulfillment center determined by Amazon during the shipping creation process. Of course, a per unit fee applies, but normally, in my experience, for 300 to 500 units, it's only roughly $80. Now, it could be a little more for your product depending on its size, but $80 to have inventory placement and ship to one address is a lot cheaper than sending all this inventory to 3 different fulfillment center warehouses and getting charged hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for all those shipping charges. So we're going to click Update. Okay, back to the shipping plan. You can put a little note here if you'd like. This is the name of the shipment. You could do something like FBA first shipment. You can change the title of the shipment name right here. Then we're going to approve and continue. Now we're on review shipments. And going to Stockholm, California. I'm sending 300 units. Here's my shipment ID, and here's my shipment name. Work on shipment will be next. All right, we're going to go down to number 2, nothing for number 1. Number 2 here, you're going to always choose less than truckload, LTL, and then carrier is going to be other. Where it says ABF here, we're going to choose other. All right. Then down here, we're going to go to number 3. It's multiple boxes, use web form, and that's correct. Then we're going to go down here, units per box configuration. This is going to be something, whatever your supplier tells you, something like 15 units per box, number of boxes, 20. Something like that, and confirm. Okay, so it's telling me that it's too many, so let me take some off here. And change that configuration so I get down to what I told Amazon I'm sending in. There we go. All right, and then we're going to go down here and we have from 1 to 20, so I have 20 boxes that I'm sending in. I have 15 units per box, so I'm going to get 20 carton labels right here, generate box labels. These are your carton labels that you'll also send your supplier. So the first document was the FNSKU barcodes, 300 of those, or however many units you have, 1 on each unit. Here is your carton labels. This is going to be however many cartons or however many boxes you have. You're going to send this to the supplier. So we'll confirm that is correct. We'll go down. Shipping pallets will be next down here. Now, print pallet labels. You don't always have pallets. You want to ask the supplier, are they shipping pallets? If not, you don't need them. We're going to complete shipment. That's it. Your shipping is now all set up. The next step is you'll need to send this shipment name, shipment ID right here to the supplier, shipment ID and the reference ID. You want to copy this and send this to the supplier. They'll need this reference ID. That's the first step after you're done creating the shipping plan. So I'll save that, the FBA shipment ID. Okay, the next 2 steps is right here where it says mark as shipped, shipment status, ready to ship. Once your supplier informs you that they've shipped your product and you get a tracking number from your supplier, you want to come in here and mark as shipped. So you click that, and then also the BOL, bill of landing number, that'll be just your tracking number. You'll come in, once you have that from your supplier, enter in that tracking number and click save. And that's it. You're done. You've created your shipping plan. You now need to send those 2 documents to your supplier, the FNSKU barcodes and the carton or box labels. And then also the FBA shipment ID and reference ID. And you're done. Now it's time to just work on the listing and get ready for launch. So while the shipment is in progress, sea shipping takes around 20 to 40 days. Air shipping, 7 to 15 days. Is now time when you can work on your listing. Make sure you get your photos done. Make sure you're optimizing your title, your bullet points, your description. Get it all ready for launch. Craft it in a way that makes the customer want to buy your product over all the other options out there. So I hope this video helped you in creating your shipping plan. We went through all the steps, and remember, if you might as well just go up to your settings and click Fulfillment by Amazon, and just go ahead and turn on that inventory placement service so that you'll always ship only to 1 warehouse versus having to ship to 3. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making for you today. I appreciate it if you'd hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my new content coming out soon. I'll see you guys in the next one.